Hello, beautiful people. I'm Chris Maddox, founder of the Wild Woman Project and Wild Woman Fest. And I'm speaking to you today because we always meet like this at new moon time. And the new moon is upon us. The very first new moon of 2019 arrives on January 5th, and it initiates a cycle which gets us all the way through February 3rd. So these moon cycles for us are little chapters of our life. And tracking the passage of time by looking at the moon and watching her phases as they shift throughout the cycle is just one of the many ways that you can track the passage of time. What I like about this one is that it asks us to look up and to look up into the night sky, where we can begin to imagine what else must be out there. We remember when we look up at the stars, the enormity, the scale of the universe. And hopefully we remember with like a sense of humility, our tiny place in the family of things, as Mary Oliver would say, the family of things. So this new moon it falls in the astrological sign of Capricorn. And here at the Wild Woman Project, we get inspiration from the archetypes as a way to explore the elements that they're associated with, either air, fire, water, earth. And in this case, we are looking at earth, the element of earth. So Capricorn is actually the final of the earth signs. So what it brings is the opportunity to explore a maturity. It's kind of like elder energy, calling upon our inner grandmother, our inner grandfathers. And there is just like this sense with the Capricorn archetype that we're called to grow up, in a sense. There are other signs in the zodiac and other archetypes that are playing and that we can play with, and we do, that call for the childlike innocence or wonder. But here in the sign of Capricorn, we're in maturity. It's sort of like a sobering, wise outlook that we can tune into this new moon. So here at the Wild Woman Project, this new moon marks the fourth in our tiny revolution series, where moon cycle by moon cycle, new moon by new moon, we've been looking at a very specific area of our life and asking, is there a tiny revolution that's possible here? Is there a way in which this area of my life I can bring more integrity? I can get clear on what my values are and make sure that I'm living those. So we're really drawing inspiration from the astrological house system. And the house that's associated with the sign of Capricorn is the 10th house. And the 10th house represents our vocation or career. Some interpretations call it the house of social status, the house of kingdom. And so this really is a turn for us towards looking really at our vocation. And our vocation really speaks to the role that we wear, the hat that we wear within our community. And with any hat, with any vocation, with any career, there are responsibilities. And so that's specifically where we're looking, is our responsibilities inside of our vocation, inside of our career. at the project in Circle or in your new moon retreat, we're really going to identify what is my vocation, what is my role, how am I showing up, and what are my aspirations here? What are my values here? How do I want to be showing up? So that we can tweak, we can make a step, an intention towards excellence or mastery. So one of the things I've been thinking about a lot for this new moon is the constellation of Capricorn and what it can teach us. So the constellation for Capricorn is a little unusual. It is the sea goat, which of course is a mythical creature that is, the upper part of the body is a mountain goat, and the lower part of the body is a fishtail. So the fishtail, right, is a nod towards actually the water element. And the water element is associated with the feminine aspect of reality or consciousness, which regardless of your gender or sex, you have access to, we all have access to the feminine, the receptive, the empathic, the intuitive nature. It's like the mystery, like the inner workings, the under the sea, part. And it's associated, the feminine part is associated with soul. So, there are a ton of ways to interpret what that word means, but for our purposes, because we're all coming from different backgrounds and belief systems, that we can just say that it's our depths, the deepest part of us. You might think of it like your heart. So there you have that aspect, which seems very important, that there's a soul here. There's a connection to the waters of life. Then you have the mountain goat, which of course, the mountain goat is in constant upward motion. The mountain goat is looking at the mountaintop and walking towards the highest point. Goats love to climb. They like to get on top of the highest point. So that's associated, of course, with the earth element, that which we can see, and that which is a sort of accomplishment driven, aspirational. So these two things together can articulate a message about soul-centered earthly accomplishment. Soul-centered earthly accomplishment. Doing things in the world. And we're looking at our vocation, right? So doing things at work that are infused with our hearts, with our soul, with our care. So there's a way in which we can approach our work, which is disconnected from those things. And there's a way in which we can show up to our work with a deep sense of care and a centeredness in our own depths. And it's going to bring about a very different kind of expression. So we're hoping this moon cycle, as we circle up in communities all over the world, or if we meet, if you don't have a circle near you, you can download your new moon retreat, which I'll tell you about later. And we can start a process of inquiry. What is my role? What are the responsibilities? How am I showing up? Is there an opportunity that I can get my heart more on board, my soul more on board, so that in my actions, I'm showing up perhaps with a greater integrity, the greater sense of the integration between the masculine and the feminine aspects of me, so that I can essentially just do a little bit better. So it can feel just a little bit better. So that the work is just a little more infused with love and caring and maybe even a tenderness. So that's our opportunity for this cycle. So if the idea of getting clear on these things and being in a guided journey around this seems interesting to you and exciting, you can check on the link below this video where it says find a moon circle near you. So there are Wild Woman Project circles happening in 17 countries all over the world. And the ones that you'll see listed on this page are public circles. So you just reach right out to the circle leader herself, and she'll give you the details about where that circle is, and you can join up. And what you can expect in a circle is a sacred space. And it doesn't matter what you believe or what your religious affiliations are or are not. This is a place to come together with other women and to do a little bit of visualization, to share a bit, to create powerful intentions. And each and every circle leader brings forth her circle in her very own way. So you can also expect some surprises too. So that's one option for this new moon time. So if you go over there and you see there's not a circle near you, or you simply just prefer to go it solo, I have created for you your new moon retreat, link below this video. And it's a guided meditation and a new moon magazine workbook that basically helps you create your very own ritual at home. It has journaling contemplations. It has frameworks for intention settings and just some extra va-va-boom, some inspiration for you for the new moon, and to really get your cycle started with a sense of clarity and purpose. So those are your two options if you'd like to go deeper with us at the Wild Woman Project. And I want to let you know we have a spring and fall circle leader training that happens every single year. So you'll see a link below this video to find out more about our training that's coming up this spring. The idea of holding sacred space for other women, learning more about the moon and the Wild Woman archetype seems exciting to you. Check that out. If it's a good fit, we'd love to have you. And wishing you a soul-nourishing new moon time. Thank you for watching.